Welcome back to Professional Playground Only, the podcast spotlighting hair professionals, sharing their journeys and the real life stories behind the good, the bad, and the funny moments in the chair. I'm your host, Hadney Alexander, and today we're joined by Jay Nixon, a Las Vegas-based hair extension specialist, a stylist coach, an educator known for his expertise in lace wigs, weft extensions, and cold fusion installations. Jay is also deeply focused on helping clients protect and grow healthy hair while achieving seamless extension results. In addition to working behind the chair, he's a salon owner, educator, and a celebrity stylist who continues to share his knowledge with both clients and fellow professionals throughout the industry. I'm excited to have him here with us today to share his experience and journey behind the chair. Jay, welcome to Professional Playground Only. I'm so glad to have you with us here today.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. So excited. Congratulations.
Hey, we love you, man. So before we dive in, Jay, can you tell our audience a little about yourself? I know you're currently based in Las Vegas. Are you originally from there? And how long have you been in the industry?
Okay, so I'm originally from Orange County, California. I'm a military brat. My father was a Marine, so I moved around all over. Before I was in Vegas, I've been in Vegas 11 years now. So before that, I was in the East Coast, upstate New York. It's kind of where I got my start. I still visit my clients out there. So I'm on my 21st year in the industry now, 21 beautiful years. It's been great. I still feel like a baby because, we're always learning, always growing.
You look 21.
I love it.
You look like
Forever
a baby.
21.
Yeah.
Forever 21. Yes.
Forever 21. And I have to say, Jay, you're incredibly talented. I really admire the work you share, especially the way you showcase beautiful, seamless extensions. And I also appreciate how intentional your content is when it comes to education, whether you're explaining keratin bond extension, showing how extensions can add fullness and enhance color. I love that you also focus on maintaining healthy hair and education for both the clients and stylists. And you even encourage stylists to continue learning and refining their craft. So it's just kind of clear that you're passionate about elevating the industry standards, especially through the Nixon Beauty Method. So I kind of love to ask you, what inspired you to focus so deeply on extensions, the healthy hair care and education? And how did the Nixon Beauty Method come to life?
So what really kind of changed things for me about 10 years ago after doing hair and just kind of focusing on extensions, but I fell in love with the transformation of beauty. That's why I loved extensions and color, because just being able to take a woman from point A to Z real quick in the salon and change their life. You get those teary-eyed moments and the life-changing moments for clients that have hair loss issues or, severe damage. It's just been always amazing to kind of see our little magical wand wave and the power we can do. And then about 10 years in the game, you're starting to see it getting more popular, and then you see more damage and mishap going on in the industry. So I kind of felt like I needed to zero in and figure out what the purpose was, because I had, so many clientele. I was fully booked, always busy, but I was never really focused on what is the purpose here? What am I doing to actually make a change? And the clients that were always seeing me were on some kind of regimen, were compliant. I discovered that they had dramatically different results. So not only did they have the flawless hair results, but they also had hair growth, hair preservation. So that's kind of when I just switched gears for myself and said, okay, if you're going to sit in my chair, you're going to listen, be educated, and we're going to preserve and maintain. I used to always joke about it before pandemic, hey, one day we might not have these weaves and wigs. You need something underneath. Hair extensions are an accessory. They shouldn't be a necessity.
You ain't lying.
Lo and behold, 2020 hit and we had a hiatus and we couldn't get no weave for a while. My brother, something, somehow. So that's kind of what inspired me to focus my educational platform on that. About 10 years in, as things got popular and everyone around me is doing it and I'm fully booked, I'm noticing that is inconsistencies in the results underneath the crown that everyone's getting. So some of my clients that I see often that kind of hone in on my educational conversations with them and do the homework, they had dramatically different results than the clients that I've kind of just let fly by the wayside. So for myself, I had to define what I was doing because I was searching for purpose. I have 10 years in the game and I was like, oh, do I retire? Do I educate? Do I do this? I just had to find a reason for what I was doing and a way to make an impact, in people's lives. So I kind of just put my foot down and say, hey, if you're going to be in my chair as a client, you have to be fully compliant in the full program, which is taking care of your natural hair, preserving natural hair, regrowing it, or what the case may be. We're focusing on hair health and scalp health first, and then the outcome afterwards. You have beautiful hair, and healthier at the same time. So when my education platform came about, it just made sense to kind of share that knowledge because I still have people asking me, is it damaging to have extensions? Is it damaging to color my hair? And I'm like, there's definitely a void to be filled there. So that's kind of where I just kind of developed my method, the Nixon Beauty Method, which is really just sharing all my secrets and practices that I've developed over the years, tried and true, through results, because it's all about the results, proven results every single time. So I trust it and now I can just share it. So it's been amazing.
I love that. Oh, don't think I'm not going to get one of the Nixon Method classes because I will be there. Nixon Beauty Method coming soon for me too.
I'm ready for you.
Yeah, you're amazing. And I know your clients are so happy that they have beautiful hair. They're not bald. Okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
all right?
Important.
But it is. It really is. Jay, before we dive into your journey of the good, the bad, and the funny, I want to start with something fun to warm us up. We're going to start with a pop quiz, a little icebreaker question. So Jay, outside of hair, what's a hobby or talent that no one knows you have?
Ooh, hobby or talent. I don't even know if I want to share this because you brought me on the spot. So before I was going to be a hairstylist, I always thought I was going to be a star. So I got a little voice on me. I do sing in private. Yeah, it's my little secret weapon.
You want to add a little, you want to give us a little something? You want to give us a little something or no, you're going to reserve it?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that. But I will tell you, if you scroll down on my Instagram, Luna, you'll see some stuff from 2020 where you'll hear the vocals.
Okay.
With it being me on the music, I had to make my own.
My goodness.
I was singing me some little hair jingles.
Jay of all traits. All traits. I love that. So Jay can sing. All right. Now listen to this. This is the crazy thing. Here's the second question. What's the first song that pops in your head? If your chair had like a theme song for every client, what would it be today? Ironically, Mr. Song Starbird, what would that be for you?
That's
if you had a theme
one.
Song for every.
Little theme song. Probably In Women We Trust by Teneriel.
Okay. And why that one?
That one, good song because it's very woman empowering. And it kind of represents all my girls because I work with women, all walks of life, from day to night to at home with the kids. And, they really don't like no rules. They talk about, they don't worry about no 9-to-5s, pulling all-nighters. So we don't really like no rules because we don't like rules around here. We break all the rules when it comes to the beauty and fashion and style and lifestyle.
We do. Now, Jay, I want to move into one of my favorite parts of Professional Playground Only, and this would be our signature segment, okay? So this is where we get real about the good, the bad, and the funny that people don't often see. So let's start with the good. Jay, what's been the best or most rewarding moment behind the chair for you?
Okay, so it's kind of like behind the chair and from behind the chair. It's kind of what took me out from behind the chair mostly. So one of my really good friends and fellow hairstylist, she used to be my braider. That's how we met, and we began kind of just working together on set. So after I transitioned into Hollywood, going on set, I was able to call an assistant, and she was always there at the drop of a dime. She stepped in for me multiple times, kind of just drove up from Vegas to LA at the drop with nothing. So she's been my rider. So the most rewarding experience, like about a year or so ago, she actually called me to assist her on set of her own video shoot with an artist. And it was just so surreal because like the initial was great, but when I got there, just full circle, it hit me like, wow, this is kind of crazy. Because, at that time I wasn't really doing any formal education or mentoring. It was just, helping another stylist out, helping the homegirl out, and just seeing the look on her face and then just like the power, how she came into the room and just like full circle, paying it forward and just like, wow, I was like, I love this feeling. I need to feel this again. I got pretty overwhelmed. Actually, I actually left halfway through. I was like, you got this, girl. You got this. Because I was like, it just was really, really heavy because it was at a time where I just needed a win. And that was a win that I didn't see coming. And she still to this day is just, doing the damn thing. She's on fire. I love it. I love seeing everybody else win.
Me too, Jay. Me too. I love that. I'm not going to lose the last year. Okay.
I know.
So with every high, there usually comes a moment that challenges you and helps you to grow. Now, without disclosing any names or salons, we always want to dignify others. What's been one of the most challenging or difficult moments in your career that has tested you professionally or emotionally?
So I got tested pretty good about 5-6 years ago. I've been, doing hair over 10 years, been coloring, blonde master. So I I was untouchable at that time. Sometimes are not careful to let our egos get in the way of, the simple practices and procedures. So one of my homegirls, I've been doing her hair forever. I grew her hair out from scratch. That's how we met. She had 22 inches of natural, dark, virgin hair. And she said, let's go blonde. I said, how blonde? She said, just bleach it all out. So we bleached it all out. And I kept every single inch. It was gorgeous. Great. About, 3-4 months in, she grew some roots. You want to retouch? No, we're going to do a lived-in blonde. It boiled her up. Nice lived-in blonde. So we on a roll, 2 for 2. Then about maybe 2-3 weeks in, she's like, you know what? I don't like this look no more. I want to go all the way blonde again. Now I told her, I said, ooh, you might need to wait on that. And she said, she pushed it, clients get some nice push. And we're supposed to be the professionals to make, observations and do the right thing. But I let my ego get in the way and I said, you know what? Yeah, I got you, girl. I got you. And just proceeded just to mix on up and we were talking and laughing, watching TV. Didn't even think about testing the porosity of the hair, the strength of the hair, nothing. I just went ahead and formulated like, I got this. Shoot, probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes in, I go to check the foil. It's just textbook, cosmetology school. It's like, whoa, what you doing? I'm talking about at the root. And I was careful, so I thought.
I don't want to know.
Melted it, broken all over the place. And it was devastating because obviously as a professional, it's like, hold up, this ain't never happened to me. I know better. I knew immediately what I did wrong. You didn't test the strand to see what you was supposed to be formulating that. And of course, it was very personally bothersome because it was a long-time client and someone who trusted me as a professional, which is why, she sat there, so freely with it. So it was very much a reality check, and a lesson in ego. Don't get too above yourself. We're all learning every single day. I was using a lightener for the first time that I never used either. So, technology is always changing. Techniques are always changing. The world's changing. The water changes. So that's why education is important. Always keep educating yourself and never skip the fundamentals. Never skip the fundamentals.
Never skip the fundamentals. Every stylist that I know, we have all been there. And I'm telling you, that is the most ego check I've ever even been through too. So I was like, when you said it, I was like, no, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. But yeah, that's a real thing. But that's how, when we don't go through this stuff, we won't grow. So
there's a happy ending to that story.
What happened.
2 weeks ago, we actually redid the process. She grew her hair back out and we hit it. Home run. Better than ever. So, through the process of learning and growing, I'm surprised she trusted me again with it, but we kumbaya'd and everything came out flawless. Now she got 23 inches and it's even better. So, yeah.
Okay, Jay. And that's why he has his own teaching method. I'm just saying, for whoever needs to know, just saying. I love that. Now, Jay, there's bound to be some hilarious moments throughout the process. So what's been one of the funniest moments in your career behind the chair?
Oh my gosh. The first thing that comes to mind, so I work with, like I said, women of all walks of life out here in Vegas. We go all night 24/7. So I'm the stylist that'll take you at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever you need. I'm gonna get you. So half the time we be in here, half sleep together when it come down to like cutting and styling once the install's done. I remember one night, one of my clients was in my chair, dozing off her usual. Something startled the crap out of her. Mind you, I'm cutting hair, which you shouldn't be doing when someone's asleep, but it's me. I know what I'm doing. So I'm just sitting there, trimming away, sectioning, minding my business, head nod and scream. I scream, drop the scissors, like what the? And she started laughing. I'm laughing like, ooh, girl, you scare me. And then she sits back up, we can get our composure, and I'm combing. I'm like, ooh. Because, I'm supposed to be giving her, uniform layers. I'm cutting the baseline, and I'm noticing there's a big old chunk, like a Lego. I'm like, okay, well, let me show you something. I gave her the mirror, and then she started laughing again. I said, okay, I don't know if you're delirious or what, but your hair is missing there. She said, you know what? I always wanted to buy. I said, say less, let's go. And to this day, she rocks her hair no longer than shoulder length. She a 14 inch under girl now. And she was always like 18, 20, 22s. Like, I got lucky with that one.
No.
I got lucky with that one because that could have went so left. But it was so hilarious because I was like, I usually don't get scared. I'm used to them nodding their heads. I think I was half asleep too. So I think she scared me awake. And somehow luckily I cut my finger off. That's really what it is.
You did not.
No, I said, luckily I didn't cut my finger
that's
off.
Wild.
Yeah, crazy.
Good. I was going to say, like, what? Listen, now she's Bobbiana.
Bobby your head, get you a bob, right?
Bobbiana. Yep. Yo, Bobbiana from the best of them. Hey, that's what you get. And nothing wrong with the Bob. I feel that.
Yeah, roll with it.
Jay, listen, to close, I really want to ask you something for the next generation of stylists and creators. For anyone who's watching, who wants to follow in your footsteps, Jay, what helped you sustain longevity in this industry? And what's one advice that you would give to stylists starting today?
Probably the biggest thing that I would give someone to take away would be to don't be scared to reinvent yourself. Don't be scared to start over. Don't be scared to just re-educate yourself. Reinvention is the key to longevity in this career because the career is forever changing. So after a decade in, after 5 years in, you can look back at school and realize you're a different stylist. And the industry itself is different, down to the hairsprays, the conditioners, the colors, the way we dress in the salon. So if you ever feel stagnant or lost, or just don't question it. If you feel off in any way, turn it on in a different way. Don't be scared to try different stuff. Always be pivot. Always pivot. Always be teachable. Reinvention is the key.
I love that. I love that, Jay. That is excellent advice, man. Excellent. Jay, thank you so much for sharing your journey. We truly appreciate you being part of the Professional Playground Only. You've been amazing.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
Yes, we love having you. We love having you. I know our audience is going to be so excited. Now, audience, if you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe at Professional Playground Only. Share with all your stylist friends and follow Jay on all his platforms. You'll actually find his information on the screen below. And until then, we will see you on the next episode of Professional Playground Only. Epi, that's it. We out. We done.